Imagine waking up one morning and realizing your entire identity has been wiped off the grid. No bank account. No passport. No trace of who you are. And then, you find a mysterious message on your screen. Gotcha. Sounds like a movie, right? Well, it's not. This is real life, and the person behind it? One of the most notorious hackers the world has ever seen. Today, we're diving deep into the cyber underworld, exploring the most legendary hackers of all time. From rogue geniuses to government recruits, digital Robin Hoods to full-blown cyber criminals. These are the minds who broke the internet, literally. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you might just rethink everything you thought you knew about cybersecurity, surveillance, and digital warfare. Let's jack in. Kicking off the list is a teenage genius whose story ended in tragedy at just 15 years old. A young boy from Milwaukee gained access to some of the most secure networks on Earth, NASA and the Department of Defense. His name? Jonathan James. What started as digital curiosity quickly escalated into a full-blown federal investigation. James installed backdoors on government servers, monitored internal emails, and even accessed source code used to operate life support systems on the International Space Station. The US government had to shut down NASA's systems for 3 weeks at a cost of $41,000, just to be safe. Jonathan became the first juvenile ever jailed for hacking in the US. But the story takes a tragic turn. Years later, when his name was loosely tied to another hacking incident, James, fearing he would be wrongly convicted, took his own life. His final note read, "I have no faith in the justice system." From prodigy to cautionary tale, his legacy remains one of the most haunting in hacker history. Next up, the man the FBI once called the most dangerous hacker on Earth. He went by anonymous, but his fingerprints were all over cybercrime in the 80s. Kevin Mitnick was the original digital boogeyman, the one who inspired Hollywood's portrayal of hackers as hoodie-wearing rebels. He started with simple pranks, bypassing phone systems, pulling off social engineering tricks that would make today's tech bros cry. But Mitnick's skills evolved fast. He hacked into major corporations like Nokia, Motorola, and IBM, stealing source code, manipulating networks, and evading authorities for years. When the FBI finally caught up, they labeled him the most wanted computer criminal in US history. He served 5 years in prison, 8 months of that in solitary confinement because officials feared he could launch nuclear missiles by whistling into a payphone. Seriously. After prison, he flipped the script. Today, Mitnick is a cybersecurity consultant, author, and speaker. The same man who once broke the internet, now helps protect it. Coming in hot, the faceless internet collective that became a global movement in the early 2000s, a mysterious hacker group emerged, calling themselves Anonymous. With the iconic Guy Fawkes mask and the mantra "We are Legion," they became digital vigilantes, taking on corporations, governments, and even extremist groups. Their campaigns were chaotic, controversial, and always unpredictable. They took down the Church of Scientology's website, targeted PayPal and MasterCard after they froze donations to WikiLeaks, and even hacked ISIS Twitter accounts, replacing them with anime memes and rainbow flags. No one knows exactly who Anonymous is, because it's not just one person, it's a swarm. Anyone can be anonymous. It's an idea, a movement, and for governments around the world, a nightmare. Their slogan? We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. Now here's the hacker who went alien hunting inside the Pentagon. If there's one hacker who turned the tables on the entire tech world, it's Gary McKinnon. A Scottish systems administrator with a fascination for UFOs, McKinnon hacked into 97 US military and NASA computers in search of alien evidence. Yep, aliens. He claimed to have found photos of strange, cigar-shaped crafts and logs of non-terrestrial officers. The Pentagon didn't find it amusing. They called it the biggest military computer hack of all time. The US tried to extradite him for over a decade, but McKinnon fought back. Eventually, the British government blocked the extradition due to health concerns. Whether you believe in aliens or not, one thing's for sure, McKinnon exposed the fragile digital underbelly of the world's most powerful military. This next name? The FBI's most wanted cybercriminal, and he's still out there. Born in Russia and raised in Ukraine, Evgeny Bogachev is no ordinary hacker. He's cyber royalty. Operating under the alias Slavic, Bogachev created the Game Over Zeus botnet, a network of infected machines used to steal banking credentials, encrypt files, and demand massive ransoms. His malware infected over 1 million computers worldwide and caused hundreds of millions in damages. The FBI placed a $3 million bounty on his head, the highest ever for a cybercriminal. What's crazier? U.S. intelligence believes Bogachev may have collaborated with Russian spy agencies. While his software stole money, it also quietly searched infected systems for classified documents. Today, Bogachev is still at large, living lavishly somewhere in Russia, untouchable and still on the FBI's most wanted list. Buckle up. This one changed the face of cyberwar forever. Remember the Stuxnet worm? It was the digital equivalent of a precision missile, except this one didn't explode. It sabotaged Iran's nuclear program by making their centrifuges spin out of control while reporting normal activity. A cyber attack so stealthy, so sophisticated, it's widely believed to have been developed by US and Israeli intelligence agencies. But this wasn't the work of one person, it was a team of elite hackers working for state-level cyber warfare. Stuxnet changed the game. It showed that you don't need bombs to start a war, just code. It was the first digital weapon ever discovered, and it opened the door for an entirely new era of international conflict. And somewhere in that operation were hackers, brilliant, silent, and dangerous, who remain unnamed to this day. Now meet the homeless hacker who helped bring down a whistleblower. Adrian Lameau was called the homeless hacker because he'd often crash at friends' places or in abandoned buildings. But don't let the name fool you, Lameau had skills. He hacked into Microsoft, the New York Times, and Yahoo, often leaving helpful messages about how to fix the vulnerabilities he exploited. Some saw him as a digital good Samaritan. Others saw him as a nuisance. But Lameau's legacy became controversial after he turned in whistleblower Chelsea Manning. Manning had leaked classified documents to WikiLeaks, and Lameau, who initially sympathized with her, reported her to authorities. It was a betrayal that split the hacking community. Lameau's life was complex, filled with contradictions. He died at the age of 37 under mysterious circumstances, but his story remains one of the most talked about in hacking lore. Get ready for a twist. This next hacker helped the FBI stop hundreds of attacks. In 2011, a new cyber group exploded onto the scene, Lulsec. They were brash, witty, and addicted to chaos. The name stood for Lulz Security, and their mission? Cause mayhem for the laughs. They hacked into Sony, PBS, Fox, the CIA, and even the US Senate. Their attacks weren't just technical, they were theatrical. They'd post jokes, taunt officials, and leak sensitive info just for fun. At the center of it all was Hector Monsager, also known as Sabu. But plot twist. Sabu got caught and flipped. He became an FBI informant and helped track down other Lulsec members. His cooperation prevented over 300 cyber attacks, according to the Bureau. Sabu's story is wild, one of betrayal, redemption, and the strange, blurry line between criminal and hero in the hacking world. Here comes the man who tracked down the world's most wanted hacker. When we talk about ethical hacking, one name towers above the rest: Tsutomu Shimamura. In the 90s, Shimamura was a cybersecurity expert helping companies stay safe. But then came the ultimate personal insult: his own systems were hacked by none other than Kevin Mitnick. Instead of getting mad, Shimamura got even. He partnered with the FBI to track Mitnick down, using advanced tracing methods to pinpoint his location. The hunt ended with Mitnick's arrest, and Shimamura became a household name. He even wrote a book about it, which became the basis for the movie Takedown. Shimamura showed the world that sometimes, it takes a white hat to catch a black hat. And finally, the most mysterious hacker of them all, and then, there's Astra, a hacker so elusive, we still don't know his real name. What we do know is that he was a Greek mathematician who infiltrated top defense systems and stole weapons tech data worth over $360 million. For 5 years, Astra sold secrets to buyers around the world, including blueprints for fighter jets and missile systems. The authorities finally caught up, but they never released his name, claiming it would compromise national security. Imagine being so dangerous, so skilled, that even your arrest remains classified. This is a hacker who pulled off one of the most lucrative and long-lasting cyber espionage campaigns in history, and then vanished into the shadows. And there you have it. From teenage prodigies to government cyber warriors, jokesters to spies, these are the top 10 hackers who didn't just mess with computers. They rewrote the rules of the digital world. But here's the real kicker. For every hacker we've heard of, there are thousands more lurking in the dark corners of the internet. Some of them are fighting for justice. Others are chasing chaos. And some? They're watching you right now. So the next time you open an email, download an app, or connect to public Wi-Fi, remember this story. The internet is a battlefield. And these are the warriors who rule it. Stay curious. Stay secure. And if your screen ever flickers and a message pops up saying we are watching, well, don't say I didn't warn you. Smash that like button if this blew your mind, subscribe for more digital deep dives, and drop a comment below. Which hacker story shocked you the most? Catch you in the next one. Logging off.